At 99, Dr. Sophia Callis still tended her Icarian vineyard. What simple habits fueled her century of heart health? Picture an Icarian twilight, where the Aegean Sea's waves kiss rocky shores, and the setting sun drapes olive groves in gold. The air hums with oregano and salt, and from a stone courtyard, a family's laughter weaves through the clink of wine glasses. This is no fleeting vision. This is the life of Dr. Sophia Callis, a woman who lived to 99, not just enduring but thriving, her heart full of purpose, her body strong through nearly a century. She didn't chase youth. She savored each day, each choice, each bond, crafting a life of vitality and meaning. How did she do it? How does someone shape a lifetime of joy and strength? The answer lies in the intentional habits she nurtured daily. Let me guide you through Sophia's journey, a path you can walk, wherever you are in life. Sophia knew life's weight. Born in a fishing village on Icaria, Greece, she became a cardiologist, her days spent mending hearts and easing patients' fears. Her skilled hands performed bypass surgeries. Her calm voice reassured families, and her heart carried her community's hopes and sorrows. During Greece's post-war struggles, she lost her brother to illness, a loss that fueled her resolve to save lives. When she retired at 65, many expected quiet days. Instead, she returned to Icaria, settling in a hillside village near her daughter's family, deepening her roots in a place where people live long, vibrant lives, baking bread, tending vineyards, and sharing stories under starlit skies. Sophia didn't just live there. She became its soul, teaching neighbors to care for their hearts with timeless practices. Her life wasn't a parade of grand acts, but a rhythm of care, connection, and faith in each new dawn. What if you could carry a spark of Sophia's wisdom? What if, today, you chose to live stronger, longer, fuller? This isn't about erasing years. It's about filling your days with richness, protecting your heart, and finding joy in age. Sophia's story offers practical steps to guard against heart disease, the world's leading killer, claiming 17.9 million lives yearly. Her journey shows health is more than medicine. It's how you think, who you hold close, and the habits you nurture. Let's walk her path toward a life of vitality and purpose. Start now, listen, and let her story inspire yours to live well every day. A positive mindset, planting hope. Sophia believed a long life begins with one thought: your heart can thrive. In her stone cottage, overlooking Icaria's azure sea, she kept a small journal. Each evening, she wrote what warmed her: a neighbor's smile, the tang of wild honey, the rustle of olive leaves. She wasn't blind to pain. She'd lost patience to heart failure, felt her joints stiffen, mourned her brother's early death. Yet she chose to focus on what was alive, what she could embrace. Your mind is a vineyard, she'd say, pouring chamomile tea for friends. Plant hope, and it yields life. Harvard research supports this. Optimists over 60 who see aging as opportunity live longer, with healthier hearts and sharper minds. Sophia embodied this truth. Returning to Icaria, she didn't just find a home, she found a new lens, seeing years as possibilities, not limits. Mornings. She sat on her patio, sipping tea, picturing the day: a walk to the village square, a chat with her granddaughter, a new recipe to try. In 1980, when a wildfire swept near her village, she wrote of neighbors sharing bread and water, their kindness, a beacon in the smoke. That focus anchored her, keeping her spirit resilient. Her patients often said her optimism gave them courage. like the man who survived a heart attack after she reassured him with a smile. You can plant hope too. Tonight, name one joy: a friend's call, a warm meal, a sunset's glow. Write it in a notebook or on your phone. If writing's hard, just think it. Let it be your first step. Sophia's near century began with such thoughts. And yours can too. Fostering a mindset that protects your heart from stress and despair. Chapter: Purpose. A reason to rise. Sophia's days were never empty. Retirement didn't dim her calling. At the village health cooperative, she taught families about heart-healthy diets, her gentle voice explaining how cholesterol clogs arteries. When a shy teenager, Nikos, feared his father's heart condition, she sat with him on a stone bench, sharing stories of patients who thrived post-surgery. "Find what calls you to the dawn," she'd say, her eyes bright with warmth. Her purpose was caring, whether advising on nutrition or helping a neighbor prune olive trees. Her hands steady, despite her years. In Ikaria, people live with eudaimonia, a sense of meaningful existence. They don't fade at 65. They mentor, garden, connect. A Lancet study shows people over 65 with purpose face lower mortality risks, especially from heart disease, which kills 695,000 Americans yearly. Sophia's purpose was humble, but profound. She didn't seek fame, only bonds. When Nikos's father recovered, his grateful hug was her reward. Years later, Nikos became a nurse, inspired by her lessons. Sophia also led women's health circles, sharing tips on stress relief. In 1995, her circle helped a widow, Maria, rebuild her garden after a storm. Sophia, at 78, organizing volunteers with quiet resolve, her voice rallying the group. Your purpose can be simple. Share a recipe with a neighbor, read to a grandchild, join a senior walking group at your community center. If mobility's limited, call a friend to swap memories. This week, do one thing that sparks joy. Let it be your morning light, as it was for Sophia, guiding your heart to rise each day with meaning, nourishing the body food as medicine. Sophia's kitchen was her haven, scented with rosemary and lemon. She ate simply, rooted in Ikaria's soil. At 10 a.m., she savored oatmeal with walnuts and wild honey, paired with herbal tea. At 4 p.m., her table held a stew of lentils, kale, and tomatoes, or baked fish with roasted zucchini, drizzled with olive oil. Vegetarian since her 50s, after seeing heart disease ravage patients, she'd say, "Food is your heart's ally." After consulting her doctor, she avoided butter, fatty meats, and processed sweets, choosing foods to keep her arteries clear. She took a daily vitamin B12 supplement, prescribed to support her diet, available at any pharmacy. Ikaria's diet emphasizes plants, beans, greens, whole grains, with occasional fish. Cleveland Clinic studies show plant-based diets lower cholesterol and reduce heart strain, cutting heart disease risk by up to 30%. Sophia's cholesterol was 118, her heart robust. Even in her 90s, meals were shared, unhurried, often with family or neighbors. One evening, she taught her granddaughter, Eleni, to make hortopita, a wild greens pie, their laughter rising as dough stuck to their fingers. Those moments fed her soul as much as her body, strengthening her heart through joy. For Americans, try canned lentils or frozen spinach for a quick stew check. Grocery stores for budget options. Swap butter for olive oil. Add lemon juice for flavor. Consult a doctor before dietary changes, especially if on heart medication. Start with one plant-based meal this week, maybe a simple salad with chickpeas. Sophia built her diet choice by choice, and you can too. nourishing your heart with every bite to guard against disease. Moving naturally, a body in motion. Sophia never needed a gym. Life moved her. She walked short paths to the village market, her cane for balance, her basket carrying figs or greens. She tended her vineyard, clipping vines or picking grapes, her breath steady under the sun. Move because it feels alive, she'd say, brushing soil from her hands. She spent 4 to 5 hours weekly outdoors, her body limber, her mind calm. At 90, she walked to a nearby church, resting on benches along the way. Her steps slow but sure. Icarians move daily harvesting olives, dancing at village festivals. A Stanford study shows walking reduces heart disease risk by 46%. Critical for Americans, where heart disease claims 1 in 4 lives. Movement suits your ability. When her hips ached. Sophia tried seated stretches, following free YouTube videos, gently lifting her arms. Into her mid-90s, she strolled to the village square, chatting with friends. Her independence a testament to small, consistent steps. One summer, she watched a festival, clapping to Cerdos rhythms, her smile lighting the crowd. You can move gently. Try a 5-minute walk in your yard or hallway. If walking's tough, do seated arm lifts, search chair exercises online, dust a shelf or water a plant. Every motion counts, even if it's just tapping your feet to music. Sophia's strength grew from tiny steps, and yours can too, keeping your heart active and resilient against disease. Restful sleep, healing in quiet. Sophia cherished sleep as a ritual. She slept 7-8 hours in a cool, stone-walled room, the Aegean's murmur her lullaby. At 6 a.m., she rose, drank 2 glasses of water, and greeted the day with peace. Sleep protects your heart, she'd tell neighbors over coffee. Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine. Studies show 6 to 8 hours of steady sleep lowers heart disease risk by reducing blood pressure and inflammation. Poor sleep, though, raises heart strain, a silent threat. Her evenings were disciplined, no screens after 8 p.m., a cup of store-bought chamomile tea, a set bedtime. After a late family dinner, she rested longer, honoring her body's needs. If sleep faltered, she consulted her doctor for gentle aids, like melatonin, ensuring safety. You can try dimming lights early, sipping herbal tea, or setting a consistent bedtime. If sleep troubles persist, ask a doctor for advice. Many offer senior-friendly solutions. Sophia's clarity at 85 owed much to restful nights, and yours can too. Rebuilding your heart each evening for a longer, healthier life. Community bonds that sustain. Sophia's world was people. She and her husband, Dimitris, raised 4 children, their home alive with bouzouki melodies. Dimitris's poetry won her heart at 24. He brought wildflowers and dreams she'd recall with a smile. His death from cancer left a void, but she stayed open, hosting Sunday lunches with lentil stew and stories. Her grandchildren called her Yaya Sophia, their beacon. One night, she taught Eleni a folk song, their voices blending under the stars, a memory that warmed her heart. Icarians thrive on connection, sharing wine and support in tight-knit villages. Studies show social bonds cut mortality risk by 29%. Vital, since loneliness raises heart disease risk by triggering stress. Sophia fought it with presence. She sat with Maria, the widow, knitting scarves, their silence a comfort after Maria's loss. In 2005, a storm flooded homes, and Sophia organized a communal meal, her voice a balm as neighbors shared bread. You can join a senior center, call a friend, Or start a phone-based friend group, weekly chats with loved ones over coffee or Zoom. If in-person gatherings are hard, send a text or letter. Sophia's heart was full because she connected, and yours can be weaving bonds that guard your health and lift your spirit. Gratitude. Joy in the simple. Sophia's gratitude was a daily practice. She'd stroll her village, pausing at a blooming bougainvillea or the scent of rain on stone. Every day offers a gift, she'd say, her voice soft but sure. She'd known lost Dimitris, her brother, her youth's ease. Yet she sought light, even on hard days. Harvard research shows gratitude reduces stress, boosts immunity, and lowers heart disease risk by calming the body's inflammatory response. Her journal held notes like Eleni's song or sea's shimmer, small joys that sustained her. When a drought shrank her vineyard, she wrote of Maria's shared figs, a small act that lifted her spirit. One winter, a patient's thank you letter reminded her of a surgery that saved a life, rekindling her sense of purpose. You can start tonight. Name one joy, a call, a breeze, a memory. Jot it on paper or think it quietly. Share it with a friend if writing's hard. Let it anchor you, easing your heart's burden. Sophia's near century was woven from these moments, and yours can be finding joy in the simple to keep your heart steady. Adaptability, flowing with change. Sophia embraced change like a breeze. At 65, Ikaria's evolving ways meant learning new heart health research. She stumbled over medical terms but laughed, charming neighbors with her humility. When her vision faded, she turned to audiobooks, her mind still hungry for knowledge. Life shifts, she'd say, shift with it. Studies show adaptable people live longer, their resilience reducing stress that fuels heart disease. When a flood damaged her garden, Sophia stayed with Eleni, their evening talks forging new closeness. One year, when arthritis slowed her walks, she switched to gentle hand exercises, keeping her fingers nimble. If big changes feel daunting, try a small one, a new vegetable dish, a library lecture, or a virtual class through your local community center. This month, embrace one shift, even if it's trying a new tea flavor. Sophia's vitality flowed from flexibility, and yours can too, keeping your heart open to life's turns and reducing strain. Lifelong learning, a mind alive. Sophia's curiosity never waned. At 88, she studied Icarian herbs, learned folk dances, and used WhatsApp to chat with Eleni. A curious mind thrives, she'd say, her voice bright with enthusiasm. She joined a storytelling group, sharing tales of her surgical days, her words painting vivid pictures. Eleni's app lessons sparked laughter, bridging generations as they sent silly emojis. Research shows learning reading, crafts, talks protects cognition, lowering stress that harms the heart by keeping the mind engaged. One spring, she attended a lecture on Mediterranean diets, taking notes to share with her health circle. You can try a library magazine, watch a health documentary, or ask a friend about their garden. Libraries offer free tech classes if apps feel tricky. Many cater to seniors. Stay curious, even if it's learning a new card game. Sophia's mind, vibrant past 95, was proof of curiosity's power. Your mind is a spark, keep it burning, shielding your heart with new ideas that bring calm and clarity. Closing your legacy. Sophia Callas passed at 99, but her light endures. At 98, her village honored her with a vineyard feast, her frail hands raising a glass of wine, her smile radiant as Nikos, now a nurse, thanked her for guiding his path. Eleni sang a folk song, her voice echoing Sophia's lessons of love and care. She left a community that loved her, a family that cherished her, a legacy of heart health and heart. She didn't seek fame, just meaning. One meal, one step, one kindness. You stand on your shore, the sun warm, your years yours to shape. Be you, choosing health, joy, life. Start now, sip water, call a friend, note a gratitude. If you falter, take one step, like Sophia did after loss. These are your path beyond 100, guarding your heart against disease that claims millions. Her journey proves it. A life of purpose, connection, and care can keep you strong. Now, walk yours, leaving a legacy of vitality, love, and a heart that beats boldly.